Okay, it's okay. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I'll fix this. So, for the past few days, everything in this video is allegedly. It's been alleged that there's a pastor, I live here in Nashville, who have a church in Old Hickory, about 5 minutes away from me. Everything in this video is allegedly. His name is Greg Matthew Walker. This OnlyFans model, I believe to be a gay person, a gay gentleman, claim that he been sleeping with this pastor, and he's upset that he didn't know that the pastor was married, and he didn't know that that man was a pastor, and he's upset because I believe Jrocwalker, the guy that's talking, I believe he's upset because one, he's a pastor, and two, he's married. Now, let me tell you my take on that situation. Now, let me say this. Let me save you some time. If you think I'm going to sit here and laugh at the pastor and joke about the pastor, joke about the wife, and bully them, let me save you some time. You are at the wrong place, okay? Now, on that same note, I'm not here to take for the pastor either. I'm not here to take for the pastor. But let me tell you, I see the whole situation. Okay? Now, I see the whole situation like this. To be honest with you, I think that guy that's talking, he's just jealous. He just sounds like a jealous person. Now, he did have some good points. Reason why I sound is like, wait for me. You have to hear. I'm about to. Please hold your comments till the end of the video. Trust me, I'm about to cover everything. The reason why I feel like he's a jealous person, it's kind of like when a married man or a man who's in a relationship, and by the way, I do not condone cheating, okay? Let's say he's messing with a girl, and then they like each other, and then she find out that she's the side chick. Of course, she's going to be upset. Of course, she's going to feel some type of way. And I feel that's where that gay gentleman coming from. Or bisexual, I don't know why it is. Everything in this video is allegedly. He just sounds like a very jealous person. Now, like I said, wait for me. Now, let's say that, because some people do have morals, okay? And I applaud people who have morals. Be like, okay, yes, I might be gay, or I might be a hoe, I might be this, I might be that, but there are some lines I do not cross. I do not sleep with married women that upset me. Let's say that's the argument. Let's say that he is upset when he found out, because in his video, you know, I don't want to play because I don't have time to keep muting every curse word and all that stuff. In his video, he claimed that he's upset because him and the pastor been having unsafe stuff together, that even he ejaculate in the pastor, like he went into details, and he's upset because he was like, why if he had honeymoon in Vegas, HIV, that means the pastor could have went home and sleep with his wife unprotected. That is a valid point. But reason why I say he sounds like a jealous person is because that he went out public with it. Because he tried to expose the pastor. You know, yes, I understand you might have morals, you might have a line. Okay, you don't mess with pastors. Okay, you don't mess with married men. Okay, you know. I think what it is he mad because he didn't know And okay, the exposing part make it sound like he's been a jealous person. Now, like I said, I'm not defending the pastor, but let's talk about the pastor. See, the problem is not the pastor. The problem is not the gentleman, Jrocwalker. The problem is you. The problem is society. You guys worship these pastors. You guys act like these pastors are saints. I trust no man. I don't put nothing past no man. I don't care if it's a monk, if it's a pastor. I trust no man with my wife. If I had a wife, with my girlfriend, with my daughter. You got men out here, oh, he's a pastor, I trust him with my wife. Oh, that's Deacon, that's Brother James, I trust no man. Okay? Meaning, I'm not surprised if any pastor, oh my God, TD Shake, allegedly is gay, blah, 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 oh, blah, 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 everybody, oh my God, he's supposed to be a man of God. Okay, your argument is he's supposed to be a man of God. What does that mean? That means he's not supposed to sin? Now, I'm not a religious person, although I would like to be. Now, this is what I know about the Bible. We're all sinners, and there are no sins that's bigger than another sin. And you ready for it? Let who without sin cast the first stone. So you over here laughing at the pastor, he gay, he's gay, man over, he gay. That's the same people who's cursing. That's the same people who's drinking. That's the same people who's having intercourse who are not married. You know, I'm a sinner. I'm not married. Does that mean, oh, well, I guess I can't sleep with her? I sleep with women. I do. I curse sometimes, although I try not to. You know, sometimes if I'm in the mood, I might drink. You know. Who am I to judge the pastor? Now, and again, I'm not taking for him. I'm just taking up for humanity. I mean, like, just common sense. And another thing is, you know, I'm very big on anti-bullying. So if I ever caught bullying anybody, even the gay gentleman, please correct me. Because last thing I want is to be the reason somebody off themselves. Now everybody laughing, oh, the wife is in the mental health. I have family members who's been to a mental health. What's so funny about that? Let's talk about the wife, for example. For now, I mean. I think nobody know. Well, there are some situations where wife don't know. But I think, and everything is allegedly. This is what I think. We don't know the situation. But let's just say hypothetically that his wife knew the pastor was gay and his wife allowed it. There are such things as open relationship. Okay? So I cannot sit here and say I'm sorry for the wife. Well, in a way, I am for the exposure. Just because she's okay with it, they probably live a private life. You know, he probably paying him, you know, do what they do. She's probably doing her thing too. So that's why I'm saying him coming out trying to expose. Just because you got played, you know, maybe the wife knew. Maybe, I doubt you the first person that pastors mess with. And I doubt you be the last person. My thing is, you have a lot of people who are making a big deal out of this situation. To me, what's the big deal? You surprise a pastor? Like I said, I put nothing past no pastor. Now, let's say in reality, everything is true, and the wife didn't know, and the wife had to find out that way. Okay? Divorce. The wife don't deserve that. Nobody deserves that. There's an incident that divorce. If that's how the pastor is, divorce the guy. But the fact that a lot of people is celebrating this nonsense, you know, like I said, I don't want to be the reason somebody off themselves. I don't want the pastor to see my video and be like, all right, this is the final straw, I'm done. Is he wrong for doing what? What do you mean is he wrong? I understand as a pastor, you're supposed to lead by example, whatever. But like I said, I just don't put nothing past no man. I won't be surprised if the president, if, you know, they were saying Obama was gay. I'm like, and y'all surprised just because somebody can entertain you guys. You know, I'm not surprised. I live in medicine. Allegedly, there's a pastor down the street in a big mega church. And they said that he only loved somebody back in the day. You can go do your research. And people love him. People used to go to the church. So, in concluding, ladies and gentlemen, we all sinners. We all fall short. And I'm not here to bully nobody, even the guy. And let's talk about the guy. The pastor seemed like he got something going on. The guy, respectfully, OnlyFans is not something to be proud of. But his words shouldn't hold no weight, even if it's true. You got people up there, oh my God, let's interview him, blah, blah, blah. This is so low. Even if it's true, let's say it's true, this is low. Like, this is not somebody I would want to be friends with. This is not somebody I would want nowhere near me. Not because he's gay, it's because he seems like he's the type of person that he don't look like he's trustworthy. I don't know if that's his niche, to expose people. I don't know if that's his thing. Some people, that's their niche. But look who people are deciding to worship. People are worshiping, praising him. Yeah, expose him, expose him, expose him, expose him. Okay, he could have just, if he wanted to expose, he could have just do that quietly, you know, reach out to the wife. What's that our business? If he had good intention, he could have been like, listen, I want to tell you something in private. Me and your husband been getting down. Now, I'm saying that out of concern for your health. Does that make sense? No, so that's my take in that situation. Like I said, I'm not taking up for the pastor. Of course, he's supposed to be living by some type of example. I know a pastor who got braids, who got gold teeth, and they're all Kirk Franklin, T.D. Jakes, all them, Joe Myers, Joel Osteen, all of them. I put nothing past them. Y'all the one that getting fooled thinking those guys are saints. They ain't no sense. I trust sometimes. I trust a real street dude before I trust if somebody smiling in my face. Come on, let me pray for your wife. You ain't praying for nothing. Does that make sense?